I did not hear a screech. No screech. Okay, so back to what we were talking about. What pattern is there? What do you have to make a triangle?
Two of the sides have to add up to at least the longest side.
At least?
They have to. You're confusing me. Why did you say
So, I don't know if y'all can hear Jordan, but if we put these two purples together, they're the exact same length as one red, right? Exact same length. So we could, in theory, replace this with a red. Can you make a triangle out of them two reds? No. So, can we make a triangle out of these two purples? No. Why not? Well, because when you make a triangle, it has to go up, right? And then it has to come down. Well, the shortest distance is straight. And if this distance here is longer than the going up and coming down is, they're not going to connect to each other. To make a triangle, you have to have your two shorter sides, the sum of them adding up, longer than your longest side. Because if you don't, it doesn't go up and come back down. You'll see what I'm saying? So which ones did y'all come up with? Let's just see what y'all got.
Orange, purple, green.
Orange, purple, green. Orange, purple. That's a yes. No.
Red, orange, green. Oh.
Red, orange, green.
Red, orange,
Red,
orange.
orange, orange.
Red, purple, purple.
Yellow, orange, orange.
Yeah, red, purple, purple.
Red, purple, purple. Orange, orange, blue.
Red, purple, orange. Bro, you put the O's and the B's the wrong way. Oh. Huh? Orange, red.
Oh my god.
So that's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's at least one more we haven't listed. Orange, purple, blue. Okay, so there's one more at least. Because I know of one y'all haven't listed.
What is it?
Red, red, red. He said red, red.
Orange, orange.
Red.
Orange, orange.
It's up here.
Orange, orange, orange.
Orange, orange, orange.
That's going to make a triangle.
Wait, orange, orange. Orange, orange,
Orange,
orange.
orange, purple. Orange, orange, purple.
Which is why I knew that y'all hadn't listed it yet.
Because we weren't laughing.
Huh?
What?
Oh, you have about orange. But that does make a triangle.
Yeah.
Does it?
Orange,
My bad then.
orange, purple,
I was just making it up.
My bad then. Somebody put it and I just went with it, I think.
I think you should keep it.
Okay. Now, a lot of these have in common that they use orange, right? So this one uses orange, 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 orange. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that use orange. I think there's actually 2 that don't use orange, and we only have 1 listed. We have red, purple, purple. So I think there's we're missing something that does use orange also. I mean, doesn't use orange. So it's going to be a purple. What's the next smallest color? Green?
Purple,
No, that makes a triangle.
green, yellow, blue.
Maybe I'm crazy.
Why couldn't they put them in like race?
Red.
Maybe there was just one that didn't.
What was it?
What about purple, purple, blue? Does that make one?
Oh, yes. A
It does?
Very often.
Okay. But purple, red. Purple, red does not. Okay, maybe that was it. Maybe I'm just thinking wrong. Okay, so point of the story is, why is orange in so many of them? Because it's the shortest. So whenever you use the shortest stick, right, then it makes the odds of the other two, the stick with that one adding up being longer than the longest stick, slim. Y'all see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, so now you got your worksheet? That would be why you were struggling, because you didn't have the one color that you really needed. Orange, yellow? Is orange, yellow going to work?
We already had
I mean,
that.
kind of. No, because it would have been yellow.
Too short.
It's too short.
Don't equal yellow.
So orange, yellow is not going to work. I mean, it's close. It's super close, but no, it doesn't work. Right? Okay, so if I give you 3 segment lengths and I say, hey, does that make a triangle? Could you figure it out based on just these numbers?
Yes.
What would you do to figure it out?
2 plus 3 if it's bigger than 4.
So we're going to take 2 plus 3 and compare it to 4. Is 2 plus 3 greater than 4? It is. So our answer here is yes. Uh-huh. Now, what about this one? Is 4 plus 8 greater than 11? Yes, it is. So our answer is yes. That would make a triangle. What about 9 plus 10 compared to 20? 9 plus 10 is less than 20. So guess what? No triangle. What about 14 plus 17 compared to 31? 14 plus 17 is equal. So is that going to make a triangle? No, because it has to be greater than. The 2 short sides. So like, remember this one here we were looking at? Remember how those, I'll just hold them up. Remember how these right here, how they equal each other? And they did not make a triangle, right? That's because it has to have enough extra to go up and come back down. The 2 short ones added together have to have enough extra to go up and come back down. Okay? All right. So what about 5 plus 7? How does that compare to 9? 5 plus 7 is greater than 9, right? So our answer is yes. What about 13 plus 13 compared to 26? Equal to. Answer. What is our answer? Does it make a triangle?
Yes. 3 equal.
No, not 3 equal. They're not all 3 equal. We added 2 together and it equals the long one. We added 2 together and it equals the long one. Does that make a triangle? No. No, it doesn't. It has to be greater than. The only option is greater than. Okay? What about 15 plus 17? How does that compare to 19? It's clearly more. We don't have to do the math on that, right? And that means it does make a triangle. How about 6 plus 7? How does it compare to 12? It's greater than, so yes, it makes a triangle. You'll see how simple that is? The one part you're going to have trouble with is you guys keep trying to say that if they equal, that they make a triangle. They do not. It has to be greater than, period. No ifs, no ands, no buts. It's got to be greater than. Okay? Now, let's go ahead and do the second part here. So on this part, they're giving us two pieces, and we need to find the missing third piece. What could the missing third piece be? Any ideas? Are we guessing?
Between 10 and 13.
Why between 10 and 13 is your reasoning?
Because the third side is always like bigger than one of the other sides, I guess. But it also can't be equal
It could
to
be
what
4
those
to
two
3.
add up.
It could be 3.
14.
5 to 13.
It's gotta be less than 14 and greater than 9, I guess.
So part of what you're saying is right, Hudson. Part of it's not. So you are accurate in that it can't be more than 14. That it has to be less than 14. That's an accurate statement. Okay? I need everybody's attention. Y'all quit playing with the sticks for a minute. Because this part right here you gotta really focus on. So if the missing side is the long side, then that means these two are the short sides. And to find out what the missing side could be, we would just add these together. And whatever our missing side is, it has to be less than what this is, right? So our missing side has to be less than this, which is 14. So Hudson was right. Our missing side does have to be less than 14. I just wrote that backwards. This is bigger. Told y'all that I have real hard time with greater than, less than symbols because my first grade teacher messed me up. So our missing side has to be less than 14. But what if our missing side was not the long side? Oh. If our yeah, you were right.
That was 3.
It's 4. So our missing side is not the long side. What if this is the long side?
Well, it can't be 4.
Right, but so it looks like this. If our missing side is with 5, they have to be greater than 9 together. Y'all see what I mean? And so that means that our missing side would have to be greater than 4. Now, it can't be 4, but it could be 4.1. It would be a very, very weird looking triangle, but it would be a triangle. It could be 4.3. It could be 5. It could be 7. It could be 10. It could be 13.99. Cannot be 14. So we would write this as a range on our paper. So we would put the X in the middle. We would put the low end over here. We put the high end over here, like this. And so we would say that X had to be greater than 4. See how I have the greater than open to the X? And X has to be less than 14. And this is what's called a compound inequality. And all that means is that we're writing two inequalities in one statement. Compound inequality. And that's how you write it. Does that make sense? Y'all with me? Okay, let's look at 10 together. So if our missing side was the long side, that means that 7 plus 14 has to be bigger than whatever our missing side is. So what is 7 plus 14? 21. So our missing side has to be less than 21. See how I'm reading it? And I say X is less than 21. Okay. But that doesn't mean that our missing side has to be the long side. It could be the short side. If it was the short side, then we would have 7 plus our missing side has to be greater than 14. So we're going to subtract the 7, right? And we have X is greater than 7. So when we write it down, 7's our low end, 21 is our high end. X is greater than 7, X is less than 21. Okay, let's simplify it a little bit. I want you to understand it, but I also want to make it easy for you. So when you're trying to find this range, the high end is going to be these two numbers added together. And the low end is going to be the difference of the two numbers. So to find our low end, we just subtract them. What's 13 minus 8? 5. And to find our high end, we just add them. 21. So x has to be greater than 5, but less than 21.
Are they always gonna fix that way, or?
Yes, because we're always putting our low end here and our high end here. Okay, so on 12. 2 is our low end. What's our high end? 22. So x is greater than 2, but x is less than 22.
That's what's confusing. Either the less than.
So remember, that little n points towards the smaller thing. So if our value has to be less than 22, you point the little n towards the value. 13. What's our lower end? 3. What's our high end? 27. So x is greater than 3, right? X is less than 27. What's our low end here? 12. What's our high end?
42.
I think you're right. So x is greater than 12. X is less than 42.
That's it.
That's it. Y'all try 15 and 16. Let's see if you can do it. You got a long old chain there, don't you?
We can eat those back.
No, we're fixing to unsnap them, put them in piles, and I'm gonna put them in bags. That way, next time we don't have to go over there and we can just go grab a bag. And everybody will get the orange.
I finished mine already.
You what? You finished it already? Okay. You got 15?
Yes.
What do you think it is? 11?
11. Oh, yeah.
11 is less than x. X is less than
45.
45? Okay, what about 16?
4.
4 is less than x, which is less than 40. How simple is that? Pretty simple. And it's so simple, I'm not going to give you very many of them to do. I mean, we're just repeating the same process over and over and over. So if you can do a few, you can do a bunch. You don't need to do a bunch. So your assignment for today. No, we're not going to do the proof. The assignment for today is 1 through 15 odds. All you gotta do is the odds. 8 questions. This should take you 5 minutes, maybe. I don't even have any idea. 1:22. So you have 8 minutes to get done.
So we just do it exactly how we did it on the first.
On do what? On do
1 through 15.